It's the biggest change to Boston City Council in decades. The two longest-serving members are out, and for the longer-serving, a 32-year reign has come to an end. Charles Yancey first took the 4th District seat at a time when Reagan was president. Return of the Jedi was the biggest hit in theaters, and your average new home cost around $90,000. Then when at-large member Stephen Murphy came on, Bill Clinton was just starting his second term. Gas was $1.22. Clearly, times have changed, and so too is the face of the council. Joining me are the two newcomers. Andrea Campbell grew up in Roxbury and Mattapan. Both parents died at an early age, as did her twin brother. Went on to become Ivy League educated lawyer and just defeated Charles Yancey. Congratulations. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Anissa Essaibi-George. I got it right, did I?
You did. Very good.
A Dorchester native, taught health and economics at East Boston High. Small business owner of the Stitch Shop. Edged out Steve Murphy for the final citywide council seat. Great to see you both. So, do you know that old saying, the good news is you won, the bad news is you have to serve? You ever heard that
Yes,
before?
yes.
So, why do you want to do this? Why'd you want this?
It was about giving back to a community that, frankly, I got a lot of things from. I think when you have loss, like the loss of my twin brother, it takes you in a different direction. And for me, that loss was obviously painful. It was traumatic. He was 29 years old when he passed away. And so I said, if you want to go after what you want to do, go for it.
Is there one issue that drove you? I mean, in addition to that environment, is there one issue that said, that's why I want to be there?
It was really just thinking about young people, and particularly, obviously, young black males, and looking at the possibilities for life. My older brother just got out of prison. My twin brother passes away while in the custody of Department of Corrections. So I thought, what was so special about me? And so it's making sure that young kids in particular get the opportunities I got growing up in the city.
How about you? What drove you, Anissa? Why'd you want to do this thing?
Boston politics is a great place to be, isn't it? No, I think being born and raised in Dorchester in a very political community I belong to an apolitical family. My parents voted. That's what they did. And, we had heated discussions around the dinner table. But I think that the life that I've lived has been one of, if you see something wrong, you want to correct it, you want to participate in something, you got to stand up and do it.
What's most wrong that you want to correct?
Well, I want to participate in the conversation in an active way, and what I think is missing is experience on the city council, and for me, it's experience in the schools.
For people who never ran for elective office, describe very briefly, what was the moment like when you knew you were the counselor-elect, Andrea?
Overwhelming.
It is, even if you think you're going to win. Isn't it unbelievable?
I don't think it's quite settled in yet because I've just been on the phones all day. It hasn't quite settled in yet.
How about for you?
Well, I ran 2 years ago, so this was my second run at it, so I knew what losing felt like, and I didn't want to repeat that. I haven't been surprised by this win. I've certainly been excited and energized, but there's certainly a feeling of shock and numbness. And really, and a few people have called me and said, hello, Councilor-elect George. And I've said, that's Councilor-elect Essaibi-George.
Is there a message beyond your individual campaigns? 2 women, doubling the number of women on a body that most of us remember as a bastion of white guys for a long period of time. Is there a broader message, or is it just you beat Yancey and you edged out Murphy for the 4th spot? Is there a bigger message?
I think for me, it's definitely generational. Something about
out with the old, in with the new.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
The next generation's really taking their place in some of the place in serving. I'm 33. I have a younger brother who's 19, and there's a generation after that. And sort of going into these places and then serving. And if you feel called to do it, go for it.
How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, too, there's a real message I've heard on the campaign trail that our elected officials should reflect the city. And that's race, that's gender, and that's experience. And we're looking at a new council that's going to have a better reflection. We're not quite there yet, but it's going to have a much better reflection of the city of Boston.
Do you like each other?
Yes.
You do? Okay, I just want to know. We
friends.
appear to, but that's what I think. So there's another message. I hate to be Debbie Downer on this thing. The turnout was pathetic. You got, I think, 7,000 more votes, if I did the math right, when you lost than when you won. Am I not right about that?
I think you're about right.
Okay,
yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
14...
I've sort of pushed back 2013, but you're right.
But if you want to deal, a problem, it seems to me, is pathetic disengagement and turnout. So you're both nodding your heads. What do you do to fix that?
Keep door knocking.
No, I don't mean just for you, but for democracy as a whole.
One thing why people sort of in District 4, they don't feel like anything's going to change. So why should I elect you, the next candidate? Nothing's going to change. So it's that sense of apathy. So getting out there and really showing up. And I told people, a lot of people on the doors who were like, I'm not going to vote. Well, if I make it and watch me in these next 2 years, I hope you then change your mind about what government should do for you.
How do you get more people engaged?
We need more people running. I mean,
you were the only
frankly,
person to challenge for the 4 district-wide, citywide seats.
And I think that what we've both shown is that challengers can win. And in an off-year
Right.
election, we're expected not to win. And that, I think, really changes the message of, for people thinking about getting into politics and running for office.
I know the mayor called you both last night to congratulate you. How would you review quickly the first 2 years of Marty Walsh?
I think great. I mean, I think, I am excited to work with him and be a partner, and I'm excited for the possibilities of what we can do in District 4.
How about you? How do you do?
There's been a lot of great change and a lot of movement forward, and it's been exciting. And I look forward to participating as well and seeing what we bring to the table and what we can do to build some more excitement in Boston.
Let me quote two people who won last night on the pay raise. One of them said, I didn't get into public service for the paycheck. You know who that is? That would
Yes.
be you. The other one said it's fiscally irresponsible and unacceptable. That would be you. You're going to take the pay raise? 14% pay raise, close to $100,000. You taking the money?
Well, yes. I mean, it is what it is.
And what are you going to do? You're just saying you're going to take, even though you opposed it, you think
Yes.
it's okay to take the money?
Yes, I think right now, I mean, obviously it's the salary of the council, and so that's what you take. But
How
I think
about you?
going forward, we need to think about maybe tying it to median income or something like that.
Prospectively. How about you?
I'm going to take it, but I'm going to give it back to the community in a very in a designed way. I think that simply refusing it and leaving it in the coffers is a mistake. I want to be able to use it and direct it to some causes that I think are important and missing some funding.
We only have 45 seconds left. 2 years from now, when you run for re-election, assuming you do, how will people in your community know if you succeeded? What will be the clearest sign that you did what you promised to do?
Excellent at constituent services and accessibility. Literally, when they call me, I get back to them, maintaining that over these next 2 years, and people feeling like they can reach out to me at any time. I'm just a neighbor, not a politician, a neighbor.
How about you?
No, I'd have to agree with Andrea and follow that. We need to make sure that our constituents and the voters and the residents can reach us, and that will get them more engaged in future elections.
What are you doing
Absolutely.
tonight, quickly?
Sleeping.
How about you?
I'm going to hockey with the kids.
Going to hockey
I'm
with the
going to
kids?
hockey with the kids.
Counselor-elect, it's a pleasure.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Counselor-elect,
Thank you so
pleasure.
much.
Wish
So
you both a lot of
excited.
luck.
Thank you.
It's great.